All right, I got my drink. I think we're ready to go. Got some of the team in here today, guys. We're going to talk about a few cool things that we're doing behind the scenes. Kind of just threw it out there for a little crowdfunding campaign. If it works out, no big deal. But we are working on some cool stuff. I'm getting ready to tell you some amazing news that we just locked down. Sorry we didn't do a weekly update yesterday, but we'll do it today real quick. Couple of updates related to the project. You guys have already seen some of those. Some of you heard some stuff is going on. People are getting excited. If you're in these other groups, you may have already heard what I'm about to tell you. But either way, welcome to this week's weekly update. I am Rick. We got some fun stuff to talk about. A couple things we did to the choices for your rewards. You guys already see that in the pinned message. A nice collaborative deal that we're kind of expanding, but it has huge implications for the project, and I will get deeper into that. I mentioned in the past that we're looking at a centralized exchange listing. We also locked up a cool deal for that potentially. It's not a real big exchange. I was just talking to the team about it. It's probably not going to send us into this parabolic, uptrend, but it does account for some adoption, and that's the important thing. So if we get this third token to join, we have the funds personally to cover that, and we'll make something happen if it works out. If it's the right move for the project. But we have a lot of stuff to go over, so I'm going to get right into it. Hi guys, Rick here. I got Joe with me today. He can explain how some of the stuff that we're talking about is going to work. We are recording the AMA, so don't be alarmed that we've only got 9 people in here. We're making it so that people who are paying attention to the project, if they only come in once a week, whatever, that's fine. They can refer to our YouTube. And some exciting news, we actually built a Spotify channel for the coffee and crypto part of the project. Very cool. We're going to upload some of our content to the Spotify account. We're looking at doing little podcasts within the team, perhaps. We talked about that before. We'll do live videos of us showing you the coffee and the t-shirts and whatever else we decide to put out there. We're looking at maybe doing some hot chocolate, some other products. This thing is still at its infancy, guys. We are all about building out the utility and the project's capability before we really start hammering marketing. We're obviously going to explore all of the ways, the free ways to market the project through, partnerships. Partnerships is number one. I don't care what anybody says. And hot chicks, yeah. 90% of a project's success is the ability to deal with people, okay? That is a philosophy that I personally live by. That's why I work very, very hard in procuring all of these great partnerships. It's something that I think is very important. We're not we're not competing against each other. We're cooperating with each other. And through those cooperations and collaborations, we can help inspire each other with innovation. We can pick and choose the things that make sense for us and our community and our capability. And of course, we can share those innovations with other projects. Obviously, they want to, share some of their technology and ideas with us, which you guys have seen already. We've gotten some eyes on the incinerator. So this will be the first thing I tell you guys. Our team has already done a contract that creates farms. We're working on kind of like a side utility for the project for kind of development as a service. It's not like our main, utility, because honestly, we just don't want that to be our main utility, but we want to offer that to other projects. So for example, we have a farm contract, or we have a contract that is automated to create a farm contract. And we actually already use that collaboration, that technology to collaborate with Poo Farms and Poo Chain. You guys have seen that our Strat PUSD farm is live, and also the Poop PUSD Earn Strat farm is live as well. So that's going to get ramped up in the future because it's related to the next thing I'm getting ready to tell you, arguably the biggest thing. We locked down, some of you guys know that we actually forked BUSD for Poo Chain, so that we've created the stable coin on Poo Chain. We are now going to do that for all major layer 1s and layer 2s that they want to bring into PooChain. What that means is all of the bridge fees, the only bridge for those layer 1s and layer 2s will be ours. So we are expanding our bridge capability, our revenue stream capability. If PooChain grows, to the size that, it kind of looks like it might, because these guys are fiercely hungry, like they're doing a centralized listing, they're going to do a second and a third one. They're going to expand their token into all the other networks, very similar fashion that we have. They have some connections to Polygon. They have some connections to XRP. We're going to work with those guys and actually kind of collaborate with those connections. I'm trying to get a deal with Polygon rolling. I want to meet the guys from the Polygon Foundation. The whole reason why this blockchain found us is because of the incinerator. We launched on Polygon. You guys saw Kronos and one of his team members in our group. And then shortly after that, they found out that a couple of our friends are their whales. So then this whole collaboration came together, and we're going to build on that. We're going to expand on that. So this major play for the Stratosphere project comes in the form of collaboration on the dev stuff. And that means our bridge is the only one to move all of the layer 1s and layer 2s that we're developing for their blockchain to come through our bridge. The bridge fees are $5 in, $5 out. You can imagine if they get some crazy adoption, we could see hundreds, if not thousands, of bridgings per day. Now, how that helps the project is that we will continuously raise the floor price with a percentage of all of the revenue that comes in. We will buy tokens back for staking and farming payouts. We're going to do, buybacks for distribution. Obviously, we want to set aside, fees for the war chest, for marketing, for development. Obviously, we would love to pay the team. Perhaps we could drop that in the reward pool. Perhaps we could drop the revenue into the incinerator on each network and just get this thing going madhouse. So there's a massive opportunity there. We locked down a huge deal. I'm very, very excited. And honestly, I'm quite humbled by it. Our team works very, very hard with concept and ideas in the background. Sometimes it just feels like we're moving faster than the speed of light. All these things coming at us from every angle. And when the opportunity hits and we can offer something, we definitely want to lock down a mutually beneficial deal, which we absolutely did yesterday. So I just want to say thanks to the Strat team, my compatriots, Joe, Chris, Steph, Alex, the whole Strat team. Thank you guys for supporting us, as we're going to do some crazy shit with these guys. We're really pumped about it. So now looking forward at the Stratosphere Coffee Company. Like I said, we launched a Spotify. I dropped that link in the channel here. That's one way to, did I drop it in the channel here? Hang on. There it is. Boom. Now I did. We're launching the Spotify to actually kind of be like the information hub for the coffee company. And obviously we're going to do podcasts. We're going to take excerpts from our AMAs, put those on our Spotify. So if you guys are into Spotify, if you have that on your phone, you can literally check us out anytime and listen to the content that we're putting out, specifically these AMAs and any shorts that we do, perhaps just, investment talk that the team is into, because we're always looking for opportunity on a personal level as well as a collaborative level and, obviously an investment level for the Strat project. And that can, obviously benefit you guys too. We don't make any money unless y'all make any money, but what we are creating are the outside sources of revenue, the bridge fees, the validator rewards, the coffee, the merch. All of that will be outside revenue so that we don't have to sell the token to produce revenue, because that just hurts the project. We want to raise the floor price kind of in I wouldn't say profit sharing, but like you guys, like our main utility is the percentage of ownership that you have to the reward of the circulating supply. So it's kind of like a reward governance. That's the primary utility. And how do we boost that? Well, with revenue, buybacks, everyone gets a piece of the action. That's what we're building. So if you're wondering like how all of this stuff affects and benefits us as holders, it might not seem like it right now, but we are building the revenue streams out. We've only gotten like about a dozen orders from the coffee and merch. We're getting that dialed in. The account is being set up. We're putting the finishing touches on that, and then we're going to start marketing it. We actually created a Facebook account for the coffee because you can't really promote crypto in like some of these social channels. It's all like, crypto is restricted, but coffee is not. So we have a way to get the name of the project and the utility of the project out into the world through, paid advertisements through the crypto or the coffee company, which is really cool. Related to the centralized exchange, like I said, it's not going to be something that's going to send us, into a parabolic shift. Dex Trade, it is a coin market cap recognized centralized exchange. We haven't officially decided if that's the one we're going to use, but they do have an Android app and an iOS app. If you guys want, check them out, take a look at them, tell us what you think. But we are working on a collaborative listing of our token and actually only have to pay 1/3 of the listing fee, which is already very cheap. And we have the money if we can get that third token dialed in with us. So, some of our team's not too keen on it. I'm kind of indifferent. I think it's great for adoption. I think it can help us with CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko listing. I think it's great for adoption, but I definitely know it's not going to be like a guarantee we're going to get hundreds of thousands in volume. No, but it is the first step towards adoption, at least in the eyes of the general crypto population. Because not everybody really understands what we're doing. We have a lot of stuff that our project does. Arbitrage from this network to that network, partnerships on this network and that network, developmental services on this network and that network. It can be very convoluted and confusing, so I apologize for that. But Joe, maybe you can elaborate on what the dev service is and kind of what we're looking to do in the near future. He tuned me out.
I have some difficulties. Can you in the meantime continue? I will try later.
What's that?
Some technical difficulties right now. Can you continue, and I will continue later.
Oh yeah, no problem. So just in case I miss anything, from what I understand, what we're doing on the development side is we are actually offering the incinerator as a service. Basic farming and staking contracts as a service. Guys, we were kind of just joking, people are like, oh man, what's the capability of Strat? Guys, I'm just going to tell you, we our developer wrote our own blockchain as just because he was bored. So I'm not saying that our blockchain is coming right now, but we are that capability is there. So that is definitely on the roadmap. But there's a lot to work out when creating your own blockchain. You have to develop utility for it. You obviously want to get funding for it. You obviously want to get people to build on it. You have to give projects a reason to build on your blockchain. Why should they come to the Stratosphere blockchain? What is the benefit to them? What is the scalability like? What is the security like? All of these things are very, very important. And again, we're not listed on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. We're building out the utility. But I can tell you right now, our development team has the capability to do some amazing shit, and one of them is our own blockchain. He just did that in a few hours just to see if he could. So we're offering developmental services as a service, but not as our primary utility. We're working into that as kind of like a side utility so that that can be another stream of revenue for the project to help with all of the buybacks and the burns and raising the floor price as time goes on. If all of a sudden we've got $100 grand, it's not smart to just all of a sudden whack 50,000 into it. We're going to work our way into it at a very calculated and concise method so as to not drive this thing into some crazy. Well, it's all good. I already basically told him, I think. But yeah, that's the development as a service for other projects and other blockchains for that matter. Just like I said, as an example, we created a stable coin on a blockchain for them. We have a mathematically harmonious design for it. It will not fail because it is fully backed by BUSD, unless BUSD fails, which, arguably is one of the best stable coins out there. So yeah, we've created a stable coin on a blockchain. We are now going to offer all of the layer 1s and layer 2s for that blockchain, and any blockchain that's, in the EVM design for that matter. We've actually been looking at a really, really interesting blockchain too. Well, more or less I have in my research. It's called Constellation DAG. It's a direct acyclic graph. It uses like a Java. It uses a completely different coding language, but it is very interesting. We're going to look into that in the future, perhaps as another launch. They're a massive, massive blockchain right now. And they do some interesting stuff because we're all about innovation and technology. We love that. I mean, hell, 3/4 of the team, they're engineers here. So yeah, we're pumped about that. But like I said, the outside sources of revenue are very, very important to not only us, but for the project as a whole, for the investors, because that is outsourced revenue to raise the floor price in the form of on-chain buybacks for staking, farming, reward boosting, incinerator, you name it. I mean, pretty much anything y'all want. Hey, we got 10 grand, guys. What do you want us to do with it? What do you guys want us to do with it? Do you want us to just put it directly into, a 3-way split of the reward pool? Or do you want us to just, tomorrow we hit the incinerator on Poo Chain, the day after we do Matic incinerator, the day after we do BSC incinerator? We're going to reach out to you guys and ask you what you want us to do, as essentially this thing is, pop in my wallet. Yeah. Well, we want to be fair to everyone's percentage of ownership. So, because that is the primary utility. As far as farms, guys, farms are very important. We've discovered something very, very cool. The liquidity pools do not receive rewards. So that actually does something that was a worry in the kind of a worry in the past. Doesn't a yield farm kind of screw up our reward system? It actually does not. We just remove the liquidity completely from circulation, at least for the rewards for circulation. So now anybody can farm with our token, but they're not going to receive rewards from it. What they will receive is a percentage of ownership for liquidity provider fees. It's not something that you really see in real time, but what you're doing is helping with stability of the project, and whatever the APR, APY pays out, that's what you're going for. So farming is really great. It kind of gets overlooked quite a bit because everyone's afraid of impermanent loss. But the reality is yield farming is a great long-term way to get gains in this crypto game, especially if one token's price goes nuts. Let's say Strat goes nuts. Well, guess what? You're essentially selling your Strat at that new price for the pair. So I'll just use the current farm that's live, Strat PUSD. PUSD is backed by BUSD, guys. So if Strat goes just absolutely ballistic on Poo Chain, and obviously that would bring up through arbitrage, BSC, and Matic, you're essentially selling your Strat tokens automatically for PUSD, which you can then remove the pair, break it out, and get BUSD and buy it wherever you want, back on BSC or Matic, or if you just want to convert it to Poop and go nuts and get more Strat. It's really great. Yield farming is amazing. But again, there is that reward mechanism. While it's not as good as it used to be, but again, we've also seen a lot more volume. And you can see that since the change from our 15 to our 6.2, we've actually gained a couple hundred more users. You can see that the idea that reward tokens, while they might be a blast from the past, if done right, they can be quite magical. And I think we have a winner on our hands with this outside source revenue, with the utility that we have. Obviously, the Strat team, I feel stupid talking to these guys sometimes. You guys have seen the price impact mathematical equation. I still have no idea what the hell any of those numbers mean. Some of y'all might. I unfortunately do not. We added PUSD as the payout on the Poo Chain DApp. So what that means is, and this is actually kind of cool, the liquidity is still very low for Poop PUSD. So what that means is you're going to be using your Poop to buy PUSD on chain. So, and then all you have to do is bridge it out to BUSD. So essentially, Poo Chain offers you one of two rewards. If you get PUSD, it's really BUSD, and all you have to do is bridge it. That was what I was kind of alluding to the other day, what you can do with the PUSD. It's really phenomenal. And obviously, you can go back the other way, too. You can take your BNB rewards on the BSC side, turn those into BUSD, and actually come join us over on Poo Chain. It's pretty sweet. And I know the thing is, people don't, they might not be keen on the idea of working with a blockchain called Poop Token. But you know what? It is a meme token. They're trying to bring everybody in. Her coffee is technically a meme. I don't know. It's a spaceman coffee, Stratosphere. But we're doing some innovative stuff, and they wanted to work with us, and we found a great opportunity for developmental services, and that's just the beginning. So do you guys have any questions? I went really fast again. I apologize.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Are you going to do GameFi or anything like that in the future?
You know, we haven't really discussed any gamification of anything. I would like to. I just don't know how it fits in the current model. We're kind of, I mean, GameFi is a great way to raise revenue for sure. If you can create a pretty cool game. Actually, I've been watching very closely with one of our partners, Lakeview Metaverse. They're doing that Kill or Be Killed, like that first-person shooter. That stuff is amazing. I love that. That is fantastic. I would love to do something like that. We kind of have, and again, we're letting the prize pools build up. We've kind of, unfortunately, neglected those, like to try to bring more projects in that way. We've been so busy on just trying to figure out where we want to list our token and in doing some of these other developmental services. But we will come back to that. It's just very tricky, you know, having like a quote unquote lottery for the project. We just have to be very careful. It's not always, you know, on the up and up with some of these other countries that, you know, are real strict on regulations. So I don't think we're going to abandon that. I mean, that's the most of the gamification that we have would be the prize pools. You kind of take a shot at winning, and then, you know, you can win some tokens. I would love to expand that. But yeah, we just got to be careful, especially now that we have a coffee company. But, you know, we're probably going to do, I mentioned in the last AMA that we've got the tip bot. I see a lot of you guys are starting to help with the shilling. We really appreciate that. We are going to reward shillers that help promote the project. It doesn't matter if you've got one follower on Twitter or one follower on Facebook. If we see you guys putting the work in, we're going to hook you up. We're going to make sure that you get a little reward from time to time. You know, don't expect like a daily reward, but when we see you grinding, for sure we're going to help out. Yeah. So there's a gamification. Yeah, there's no way to, like, we just don't want to set any specific parameters, but maybe we will do something like, okay, guys, if we do like a shilling competition, then we would have like set parameters or set metrics. That's something that we're discussing, especially for the coffee. Like Christian, you know, had a great idea a few weeks ago. If you guys pick up a T-shirt and you're out just working, swinging a hammer, turning a wrench, helping an old lady cross the street, surfing, mountain climbing, whatever. If you're just doing something with our merch on and you guys post that on social channels and we see it, you bet your ass we're going to hook you up. That's badass. I love that stuff. So yeah, we want to put it, porn movie. Heck yeah, man. If you're wearing the fanny pack and you got it facing the camera and all I see is you have nalguitas, absolutely. Let's go.
Nice. And I got another question about NFTs and metaverse and all that with the GameFi.
Yeah.
Like you could use the NFTs to get more, unlock more features, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. So we embarrassingly, we have the Strat Cats, the NFTs. We launched those at like the very bottom. Yeah, Joe, I did. It was just joking around. We launched our Strat Cats at like the very bottom of the NFT volume across the space. So we've been kind of discussing like a coffee NFT where like every NFT would get like, you know, a promo code that they could use for $1 off, like on every bag forever. Or certainly they would get definitely a free coffee bag and maybe a T-shirt. And then of course the excess revenue that we would get from the NFTs, we've talked about doing like a stake your NFT to earn, you know, like BUSD or Matic or Poop or PUSD or something, not just giving away the tokens, but we would use like our yield rewards from the NFT revenue to buy back BUSD and give out BUSD for holding the NFTs in a staking contract. We have the staking contract of like available. We just haven't really put that to use yet. So we're going to look into that for sure. And now actually the PooChain guys, I know like that's a big thing to work with them, but these guys are big into NFTs. They've got a lot of great connections to get some NFTs sold. And actually, our guy Wake over on our Discord, he's like an NFT specialist. That was one of the reasons why we brought him in. So we are definitely going to focus on doing an NFT. And like I said, not to abandon the StratCat brothers and sisters out there, but we will get you one of our Coffee Spaceman NFTs if that's what we launch. Yeah, we're not going to no soldier left behind. Strat Knights. We will not forget you guys.
You know that Mantra has a place where you can loan your NFTs for interest back.
I love that idea.
Yeah, just I'll send you the link. There is Mantra, and there's also, I don't know if you ever heard of Monos?
I haven't heard of Monos, but definitely send me that Mantra. And then I'm going to send you something that we found called Dark Sea. I don't know if you've heard of Dark Sea. They're pretty cool too. They some amazing stuff.
Oh, nice. Nah, I never heard of them. But I'm looking forward to know more.
Yeah, so we actually have a kind of a lingering partnership with NFT Pay. They are a giant in the making, guys. Like, we were lucky enough to get our NFT Pay collaboration for the StratCats. So you can literally buy an NFT with a credit card right now. If you guys check out the catnfts.io, I'm going to see if I can re-explore that or kind of rekindle that partnership. They've just been so busy dealing with like their next big launch. They're actually going to be like the service provider or the payment processor for OpenSea on all of their networks, but they specialize on Polygon. So maybe I can get back with Nick at NFT Pay and try to work that connection and try to get in contact with the Polygon guys, because I've heard from other people like Kronos over Poo Chain that they are aware of our incinerator tech. So we're just trying to get deeper into these crypto connections. Me and a couple of our investors. Yeah, go ahead.
You can also promote, your coffee through commercials, you know what I'm saying? Or you can also get like one of those store cards, you could use your crypto for it, like e-commerce card or whatever, and you could use the liquidity at a staking or anything.
100%. Yeah, we looked into that too. So we're looking at the Coinbase Commerce payment portal as well for the coffee, so that people could use like USDC. And like I said, I know it's a shot in the dark, but perhaps, like I said, if we get Dex Trade and we get a couple other listings and we get some adoption, maybe we get linked up with the XRP guys. Well, XRP is not even listed on Coinbase, but perhaps the Polygon guys, they just got a huge deal with Coinbase. Perhaps if we could somehow link up with the Polygon people, we could get Strat listed on the Coinbase Commerce site, so you guys could buy merch with your Strat. That would be so sick. But I know they have limitations. But guys, it's not just like, oh, we're just going to kind of float around. We are working our asses off. Pardon my Pakistani, but we are working our butts off.
But are you even doing any sponsoring for your coffee, like commercials or advertising?
Not yet.
Like that, to get it out?
Yeah, we don't actually have the Printful side. We just created our bank account for it, so that unfortunately there are some delays on the T-shirts by a few days, because we actually have to finish that merch account. But coffee is already being delivered as we speak. But once we get this thing fully dialed in, what we're going to do for the coffee is we're actually going to do an affiliate program for any project to actually help us. They'll get a unique link, and they will help us sell coffee. Obviously, they would share in the profits if somebody buys the coffee through their link. That's very cool. We can do that in perpetuity. And then obviously one of the things that we're doing, because we have we have a company, we can actually offer to make T-shirts for other projects, assuming they, give us the go-ahead to use their logo and have us do some custom designs. Obviously, with these other projects, we would love to work with their design team, because ideally they just send us a cool design they want to put on a T-shirt, and we plug it in and turn it on that night. So we're definitely going to work on that. It'll be some affiliate programs to start. Like I said, we just got the Spotify and the Facebook account for the coffee up, and then we are going to do Facebook ads. We are going to do Twitter ads. We are going to do all of the ad channels, because there are no restrictions for coffee. So we are definitely going to do that. Obviously, we do have some cool other connections. I really can't say who they are because it just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
some of the guys in the AMA do know who they are, but we can't really, nothing's official. So I don't want to put them out there yet. But they have some major
Now
connections. Go ahead.
there's many other communities that you can put your brand out, you know what I mean? Like Stock Twitch, like Webull community, Yahoo Finance, I mean Reddit, there's a lot of places where you could spread even Medium, like where you could spread the word, about
Yeah, so currently we just have Stratosphere DeFi for all those channels, and we're actually going to build all those social channels for the coffee specifically because technically it is a separate entity. Due to regulation, we have to do a collaboration with the DeFi and the coffee, but essentially we work together on everything. So yeah, we're going to get all the social channels built for the coffee, and we'll get that up and running. But first, we got to get the merch account set up for the t-shirts and the items, and then we can really get after it. And like I said, we'll do ads, we'll do the Twitter, we'll do the Facebook ads. The conversions are tough because they can't really guarantee conversions. They can only guarantee range of impressions. So we're going to look at the most efficient and affordable model.
how
For the
about
target metrics we're looking for.
how about Twitter Spaces, YouTube?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are actually, Steph is actually doing that right now. She's going to try to get us on some joint Spotify podcasts for the coffee for sure. We're going to work on that right away.
Nice.
Yep.
And another thing too is now you're not gonna so the main thing of the crypto is your brand, the Stratosphere DeFi, right? The other thing with the coffee is just a joint venture, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's Stratosphere coffee and merch, but so the way we're setting it up is we've kind of roughly decided that 10%, tentatively decided that 10% of those profits will go into on-chain buybacks and distribution for those people. So the rest will kind of basically save up so that we can do marketing for it. And we really want to get the marketing for the coffee and the merch out there. I mean, it's beautiful coffee. The shirts are awesome. If you guys haven't seen them yet, where's the one? I know I sent one recently. Oh yeah, here's just the shill shirt. This is pretty cool. Forward to the strat group. Boom. That one too.
Oh, nice. I like that color.
Yeah, and so, I forgot. Officially, guys, we're going to Bitcoin conference to represent Strat here, May 18th to 20th.
No way.
Yeah, we're not. So what we did last year is we went and actually ran around like all of Miami Beach, and there's so many people there. There was so many different connections. It actually made more sense for us to kind of run around like the whole conference and the surrounding area, and we linked up with some big names. The Sushi Swap guys. We linked up with Huobi Global. We linked
Nice.
up with Bank Q or Bank X. We linked up with Alchemy Pay. We linked up with some awesome metaverse projects. Unfortunately, two of them, of the three that we met up with, they're actually gone now. But yeah, we met up with some like crypto miners. And, I have an energy background. So like that was really a big interest for me and my partner that we went out with. So we're going to do that again this year. For sure, Stratosphere Coffee and Stratosphere DeFi is going to go represent at the Bitcoin conference. We might try to snag like an industry pass. They're kind of expensive. Honestly, I'd rather do a centralized listing for us instead of getting one pass for that, because I'd rather just kind of run around like we did last year. And last year was so awesome. We got hammered drunk, had a bunch of we had a good old time, went swimming, ate all this awesome food, met a lot of cool people, got our name out there. We're gonna represent Strat this year. So in case you guys don't know, Bitcoin conference, Miami Beach. It's the largest one in the United States, the largest Bitcoin event in the world.
That's crazy.
Yes. As far as crypto events, I think Dubai still peaks this one. Maybe CES Vegas, I don't know, but certainly Bitcoin conference is the largest American crypto event for sure.
Now, a good question I have is, are you gonna target your current how you call it,
Are we going to do like retargeting to our current investors? Oh, I think we lost him. Yeah, I think we lost you, brother. But yeah, we are going to focus on marketing for the coffee company and kind of the trickle down effect. People will learn about Stratosphere DeFi because of that. Especially if you look at the shill shirt, it has our logo on it. So you'll see like there's a QR code. Oh yeah, obviously. So our web developer is like super busy with his company. We are going to get a complete overhaul of the website. I spoke with him the other day. He apologizes for being slow, but we'll get him back dialed in, and we're going to get a complete overhaul of the website. And we'll have some automation for distribution of the rewards from the coffee and merch at some point. But in the meantime, we'll do a monthly or a bi-weekly, buyback and deposit from that. We just got to get the revenue rolling, and then we can start doing that. But basically, we'll get an overhaul of the website. It'll kind of be like a black and white theme. You guys have seen some of the cool videos and pictures that we had from just like what the business kind of looks like when you've got in a corporate setting like this one. Boom, this is a dope one. I like that one. That one's cool. This one's pretty cool too. Yeah, just stuff like that. We're trying to really spruce this thing up because we are a legitimate company and we offer legitimate products and services. And again, kind of going back, this is what, in our opinion, mass adoption looks like, guys. It's one of those things, you guys have heard me saying it time and time again, when real world companies start connecting with Web3 technology, that's when we're going to see the crazy, crazy runs that we've seen in the past. So, guys, that's all I got today. Thanks for taking time out of your busy days. For the rest of you across the sea, have a good evening. Y'all be safe. If you guys have any questions, please refer to the main chat. Scammers are going to pretend to be us. They're always after you, trying to steal from you. I'll keep you guys updated related to the centralized exchange. Definitely want to talk with the team again to find out if it's the right move for us right now. It's certainly not the biggest, but it can, get us in that adoption, start the adoption process. So we'll let you guys know. Don't have a good day. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.